Good morning, students. Today I'll start the next topic of Unit 10th, which is high risk and sick bone, and our topic is high risk and sick bone nursing care. So, for what nursing care we will do for high risk and sick born या high risk babies के लिए nursing care में हम following points follow करते हैं, which is ensure respiration, temperature regulation, nutrition and fluid maintenance, testing and laboratory procedure, intravenous line and tubes, procedure and equipment, special care. So first, to ensure respiration, we will clear the airway of the baby. Like this we can clear the airway of the neonate, and we can tap on the back of the neonate to initiate the cry. So by the crying we will ensure the respiration of the neonate. Next, we need to maintain the temperature of the baby. So method of thermoregulation is immediate drying and warming by after delivery and radiant warmer or incubator. By drying बच्चे को after delivery we will dry. By drying we prevent the heat loss by the method of evaporation, and by putting the baby in incubator or in radiant warmer we prevent the heat loss by the method of convection. So to maintain thermoregulation, to maintain the temperature or to prevent the heat loss, we will immediate dry the baby, and we will keep the baby into the radiant warmer and the into the incubator. So like this we can keep the baby in the radiant warmer, and like this we can keep the baby in incubator to prevent the heat loss. Next, nutrition and fluid maintenance. Drop factor is the number of drop in 1 ml used in IV fluid administration, also called drip factor. Commonest drop factor are 10 drops per ml for blood set, and 15 drops per ml for regular set, and 60 drops per ml for micro drip or burette. So by using these drop factor we need to maintain the fluid and the nutrition of baby. To maintain the nutrition of the baby, we will feed the baby. We can provide the breast milk, and we can provide the formula feed to the baby. So type of fluid which we use in vomiting, NG aspiration, excess urine output, or in polyuria. If it is more than 4 ml per kg per hour, we will replace it by the half saline plus 10 milliequivalent per liter KCl. 0.5 ml KCl added every 100 ml of fluids. And in chest tube drainage, third space loss with normal saline, we will replace the fluid with the normal saline. And if the fluid imbalance by the diarrheal loss, we will by means 10 to 20 ml per stool, with we will replace in diarrheal loss, we will replace with the n by 5 normal saline in 5% dextrose plus 20 milliequivalent per liter KCl. 1 ml KCl added every 100 ml of fluids. So these are the type of fluid which we will use in the to balance the fluid of the neonate. And to balance the nutrition, we will provide the feed. We can give the enteral feed. By the enteral feed we can give the breast feed to the baby, and we can use the formula feed. So in enteral feed हम breast feed को breast का milk expel out करके baby को enteral feed करा सकते हैं, और formula feed भी use कर सकते हैं. So for high risk baby we will use the enteral feed. And what are the benefits of breastfeeding? Enhance the natural immunity, reduce allergy risk, and bonding, improve the bonding and weight normalization. If we use the formula feed, there are some complication, or there are some risk for using formula feed which is high, because which is high sugar exposure. Formula feed is having the high sugar exposure, high GMO exposure, increase allergy risk, and synthetic vitamin we use in the formula feed, and increased risk of fat deficiency. So these are some disadvantages and advantages of the breastfeeding as well as of the formula feeding. So we need to give the proper feed, and we need to give the proper fluid if there is any kind of fluid loss by vomiting or by diarrhea, by to maintain the nutrition and fluid balance of the neonate. Next, we will do the testing and laboratory procedure to detect any condition or to detect any problem. We will to provide further management. We will do the testing and laboratory procedure like blood group checking, CBC, arterial blood gas analysis, blood sugar level, electrolyte level, blood smear test, and X-ray. So all these laboratory and procedure testing we will do for the high risk baby to provide the further management. Next, what nursing care we will do? We will categorize the neonate for the follow up, like babies with less than 1000 gram birth weight and or gestation age less than 28 weeks. So the baby who is having weight less than 1000 gram and gestation age less than 20 weeks need the follow up. Major morbidity such as chronic lung disease, intraventricular hemorrhage, and preventricular leukomalacia. Prenatal asphyxia आपका स्कोर 3 और लेस at 5 or 3 और 3 से भी कम at 5 minute and or hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. Then next is surgical condition like diaphragmatic hernia and tracheoesophageal fistula, mechanical ventilation for more than 24 hours. So these are the some category for the baby who require the follow up. Follow-up schedule should be 2 weeks after the discharge at 6, 10, and 14 week of postnatal age, at 3, 6, 9, 12, and 18 month of corrected age, and 6 monthly visit until at least 5 years. So these are the schedule for the baby for the follow-up. In follow-up, we will do the assessment of feeding and delivery counseling, dietary counseling, growth monitoring we will do, development assessment we will do, immunization, ongoing problem if there is any condition is developing into the neonate, neurological assessment, eye evaluation, and hearing evaluation. So these all assessment we will do at the time of follow-up. Thank you. So this is all about a small topic, all about the high risk and sick born nursing care. So we did the respiration, and we ensure the respiration, we maintain the temperature, we maintain the nutrition, we did the laboratory and testing of the baby, we did the follow up, and we maintain the dietary pattern and nutrition of the baby. So these all are the nursing care we will do for the high risk and sick born. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Thank you.